The feeling you have right now, that quiet sense that something about this connection doesn't fit the usual patterns, isn't confusion, it's awakening. Listen to this, because this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now, especially if you've been trying to understand why this love doesn't feel predictable, why it doesn't follow the timeline you expected, why it doesn't behave the way past connections did. Don't scroll, listen to this. Because soulmate love often arrives differently than fantasy, but more powerfully than expectation. It doesn't always rush in with dramatic declarations or immediate certainty, sometimes it unfolds slowly, revealing its depth layer by layer, moment by moment, realization by realization. This message is for you, your heart needs this right now, because what you're experiencing may not be confusion, it may be transformation. Something about this connection is teaching your heart to recognize love beyond surface-level signs, beyond temporary excitement, beyond patterns that once felt familiar but never truly fulfilled you. Listen to this, because soulmate connections are often misunderstood in the beginning. They don't always look intense right away, they don't always feel easy to define, and they don't always follow the emotional script we've learned from past experiences. Instead, they awaken awareness. They challenge expectations. They gently guide you toward understanding what real emotional alignment actually feels like. Don't scroll, listen to this, because the universe often sends subtle signs when something meaningful is developing beneath the surface. You may have noticed repeating angel numbers appearing when your thoughts drift toward this person. 111 appearing when your intuition senses a new emotional chapter quietly beginning. 222 appearing when patience is needed to allow the connection to evolve naturally. 333 appearing as reassurance that spiritual growth is shaping the bond into something stronger than temporary attraction. 444 appearing as protection surrounding both of you while clarity develops. 555 appearing as confirmation that change is already happening within this connection even if everything has not yet been spoken openly. 888 appearing as reassurance that emotional stability is aligning with the future that is meant for you. These signs often appear when love is developing in ways that go deeper than what the mind expects. This message is for you, your heart needs this right now. Because soulmate love does not always feel obvious at first, but it always feels significant. You may have noticed how this connection continues returning to your thoughts even when you try to focus on other things, how certain moments feel meaningful even if they seemed simple on the surface, how certain conversations stay with you longer than expected. Listen to this, because real connection creates emotional presence that doesn't disappear easily. It doesn't demand attention loudly, it earns importance quietly. Don't scroll, listen to this. Because what surprises most people about soulmate love is that it often feels calm rather than chaotic, steady rather than overwhelming, peaceful rather than confusing. It doesn't create constant emotional highs followed by painful lows, instead, it creates a subtle but powerful sense that something about this person feels familiar in a way difficult to explain. This message is for you, your heart needs this right now. Because sometimes we expect love to feel dramatic in order to feel real, but true alignment often feels natural instead of forced. It feels comfortable without losing excitement. It feels stable without losing passion. Listen to this, because the connection you feel may be teaching you that love does not need to feel uncertain in order to feel meaningful. It does not need to feel complicated in order to feel deep. It does not need to feel rushed in order to feel important. Don't scroll. Listen to this, because soulmate love often grows through emotional understanding that strengthens over time. It reveals itself through consistency rather than intensity, through sincerity rather than performance, through presence rather than pressure. This message is for you, your heart needs this right now, because what you are experiencing may be guiding you toward recognizing love that supports your peace instead of challenging your worth. Love that encourages your growth instead of creating insecurity. Love that aligns with your emotional needs instead of confusing them. Listen to this, because the universe does not bring meaningful connections into your life randomly. Every connection carries lessons, but soulmate connections carry transformation. They show you what emotional safety feels like. They show you what mutual effort feels like. They show you what authentic presence feels like. Don't scroll, listen to this. Because what surprises most people is that soulmate love often feels simple once you stop comparing it to expectations created by past experiences. It feels clear rather than confusing. It feels balanced rather than unpredictable. It feels intentional rather than temporary. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now, because something about this connection may be quietly guiding you toward understanding that love does not always appear the way you imagined. But it often appears in the way your soul has been waiting for. Listen to this, because what is unfolding now may help you recognize that the love meant for you is not meant to create doubt, it is meant to create understanding. It is meant to create trust. It is meant to create emotional stability that allows both hearts to feel secure without needing constant reassurance. Don't scroll, listen to this. Because sometimes the biggest surprise about soulmate love is realizing that what feels calm can also feel deeply meaningful, and what feels peaceful can also feel incredibly strong. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now, because the connection you are experiencing may not match old definitions of love, but it may match the future your heart has always been trying to find. And what you are beginning to understand now may be the first sign that this love is not ordinary. It is aligned. There is something quietly beautiful about the way this connection has been unfolding, something almost unexplainable that makes you pause and wonder why this love feels different from anything you have experienced before. Listen to this, because this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now. Especially if you've been trying to understand why this connection doesn't follow the usual emotional patterns, why it doesn't feel rushed, why it doesn't create the kind of uncertainty that once felt familiar in past experiences. Don't scroll, listen to this, because soulmate love often surprises us by feeling calmer than expected, steadier than expected, deeper than expected. It doesn't try to convince you loudly, it reveals itself quietly. It doesn't create chaos to prove intensity. It creates consistency to build trust. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now, because what you are experiencing may be teaching you that real love doesn't need constant reassurance when emotional presence feels genuine. You may have noticed how this connection continues to feel meaningful even in simple moments, even in small conversations, even in the quiet spaces where nothing dramatic is happening. Listen to this. Because soulmate connections often feel significant not because of grand gestures, but because of emotional sincerity that feels natural instead of forced. You may feel understood in ways that feel effortless, respected in ways that feel comforting, appreciated in ways that feel genuine. Don't scroll, listen to this, because the universe often sends subtle confirmation when love is developing in alignment with your emotional growth. You may have noticed repeating angel numbers appearing during moments when your thoughts drift toward this person. 111 appearing as reassurance that a meaningful new beginning is forming. 222 appearing as encouragement to trust the slow and steady rhythm of emotional balance. 333 appearing as confirmation that spiritual growth is strengthening the connection. 444 appearing as protection surrounding this bond while understanding deepens. 555 appearing as a reminder that change is guiding both of you towards something more aligned than what either of you expected. 888 appearing as reassurance that emotional stability and long-term fulfillment are quietly moving closer. These signs often appear when love is evolving beyond surface-level attraction and becoming something that supports your peace. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. Because soulmate love often teaches us to recognize the difference between emotional intensity and emotional depth. Intensity can feel exciting but unstable. Depth feels steady, supportive, and quietly powerful. Listen to this, because what surprises many people is that true connection often feels safe enough to allow vulnerability without fear. It allows honesty without pressure. It allows emotional presence without confusion. Don't scroll, listen to this. Because sometimes we expect love to feel complicated in order to feel meaningful, but real alignment often feels natural instead of overwhelming. It feels like two people learning each other gradually, understanding each other sincerely, respecting each other's emotional boundaries while still growing closer over time. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. Because the connection you feel may be showing you that love does not need to create insecurity in order to feel important. It does not need to feel unpredictable in order to feel passionate. It does not need to feel dramatic in order to feel real. Listen to this, because soulmate connections often create emotional stability that allows both individuals to feel accepted for who they truly are. There is no need to pretend. No need to perform. No need to prove worth repeatedly. The connection itself creates reassurance that both hearts are valued without needing constant confirmation. Don't scroll, listen to this, because what surprises many people is that soulmate love often feels peaceful instead of overwhelming. It feels balanced instead of confusing. It feels mutual instead of one-sided. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. Because something about this connection may be encouraging you to trust the way love is developing naturally rather than questioning why it doesn't look like the stories you once imagined. Listen to this, because the universe often brings soulmate connections when both individuals are ready to experience love from a place of emotional maturity rather than emotional urgency. Timing often plays a role in allowing the connection to grow steadily without pressure. Don't scroll, listen to this. Because what you are experiencing may be guiding you toward recognizing that real love supports your growth instead of distracting from it. It encourages your confidence instead of creating doubt. It strengthens your emotional well-being instead of challenging your sense of worth. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. Because soulmate love often reveals itself through actions that feel sincere rather than performative, through communication that feels honest rather than uncertain, through presence that feels consistent rather than unpredictable. Listen to this, because the connection you feel may be teaching you that love does not need to be complicated to be meaningful. It does not need to be dramatic to be powerful. It does not need to be rushed to be real. Don't scroll, listen to this. Because sometimes the greatest surprise about soulmate love is realizing that the calm feeling in your heart is not boredom, it is emotional safety. It is stability. It is alignment. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now, because what is unfolding between you may not match the expectations you once had about love, but it may match the emotional peace you have always deserved. And what you are beginning to understand now may be the realization that love does not always need to feel overwhelming in order to feel deeply true. There is a quiet realization beginning to form inside you, a feeling that this connection is teaching you something deeper than excitement, something more meaningful than temporary attraction, something that feels steady in a way your heart may not have experienced before. Listen to this. Because this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now, especially if part of you has been wondering why this love feels calmer, why it feels more grounded, why it feels different from relationships that once created emotional confusion. Don't scroll, listen to this. Because soulmate love often enters your life when you are ready to understand that peace can feel just as powerful as passion, that emotional safety can feel just as exciting as intensity, that stability can feel just as meaningful as unpredictability. Something about this connection may be showing you that love does not need to create anxiety to feel important. It does not need to feel uncertain to feel real. It does not need to feel dramatic to feel deep. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now, because many people are taught to recognize love through emotional highs and lows, through moments that feel overwhelming, through patterns that create attachment through uncertainty. But soulmate connections often reveal something very different. They reveal love that grows through understanding, through trust, through emotional presence that remains consistent even when life becomes busy or complicated. Listen to this. Because what surprises many people is that soulmate love often feels natural rather than forced. Conversations flow easily. Silence feels comfortable instead of awkward. Time spent together feels peaceful instead of pressured. Don't scroll, listen to this, because the universe often sends signs when a connection is aligned with your emotional well-being. You may have noticed repeating angel numbers appearing during moments when your thoughts feel especially connected to this person. 111 appearing when you begin sensing that something meaningful is unfolding. 222 appearing as reassurance that emotional balance is being created naturally. 333 appearing as confirmation that spiritual growth is strengthening the bond. 444 appearing as protection surrounding the connection while it develops. 555 appearing as a reminder that change is guiding both of you toward deeper understanding. 888 appearing as reassurance that emotional fulfillment is aligning with stability and long-term peace. These signs often appear when love is developing in a way that supports your growth instead of challenging your worth. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now, because soulmate connections often help you recognize the difference between love that feels urgent and love that feels aligned. Urgent love can create pressure, expectation, and emotional uncertainty. Aligned love creates calm, patience, and confidence that everything is unfolding at the right time. Listen to this, because something about this connection may be teaching you that love does not need constant intensity to remain meaningful. It remains present even in quiet moments. It remains strong even when attention shifts to responsibilities or personal growth. Don't scroll, listen to this, because real connection supports your individuality instead of overwhelming it. It encourages your goals. It respects your boundaries. It values your emotional well-being. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now, because soulmate love often allows both individuals to grow independently while still feeling emotionally connected. There is space without distance. There is closeness without pressure. There is understanding without confusion. Listen to this. Because the connection you feel may be helping you release old beliefs about love needing to feel difficult in order to feel meaningful. Difficulty is not proof of depth. Confusion is not proof of importance. Emotional peace is not proof of boredom. Don't scroll, listen to this, because what feels calm may actually be strong enough to last. What feels stable may actually be secure enough to grow. What feels natural may actually be aligned with the future your heart has always wanted but never fully believed was possible. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now, because soulmate love often shows you that connection does not need to be proven repeatedly when emotional presence feels genuine. You feel valued without needing constant reassurance. You feel understood without needing to explain everything. You feel accepted without needing to change who you are. Listen to this, because the universe often guides soulmate connections toward emotional maturity that allows both individuals to communicate honestly, listen sincerely, and support each other's growth without fear of losing the connection. Don't scroll, listen to this, because what surprises many people is that soulmate love often feels simple once you allow yourself to trust it. It does not create constant questions about where you stand. It does not create uncertainty about whether you matter. It does not create emotional instability that leaves you feeling insecure. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now, because something about this connection may be teaching you that love can feel peaceful without losing its depth. It can feel balanced without losing its excitement. It can feel stable without losing its magic. Listen to this. Because the connection you are experiencing may be helping you recognize that love does not always need to look dramatic to be meaningful. Sometimes the strongest love is the one that allows you to feel calm while still feeling deeply connected. Don't scroll, listen to this, because what is unfolding now may help you understand that soulmate love often feels surprising not because it is overwhelming, but because it is steady in a way that allows your heart to finally relax. And that feeling of emotional peace may be the very sign that this connection is aligned with the love you have always deserved. There is a moment in every destined connection when something clicks internally, not loudly, not dramatically, but deeply, like a quiet realization that the bond you feel is not based on coincidence, but on timing that had to unfold exactly as it did. Listen to this, because this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now. Especially if you've recently felt a strange emotional calm where there used to be confusion, a sense of inner knowing replacing the questions that once kept you awake at night. This shift didn't happen randomly. It happened because both souls have been learning something separately that is now preparing them to understand each other more honestly. Don't scroll, listen to this, because soulmate love often matures behind the scenes before it becomes visible in reality. Sometimes the distance was never about separation, sometimes it was about preparation. Preparation for emotional honesty. Preparation for vulnerability that doesn't feel frightening anymore. Preparation for communication that feels clearer than before. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now, because the connection you feel has been evolving quietly in ways neither of you fully understood at first. You may have noticed unusual signs appearing in everyday life. Hearing the same song repeatedly when thinking about them, seeing meaningful coincidences that feel too perfectly timed, noticing their name appearing unexpectedly, feeling emotional memories resurface without obvious reason. These moments are often interpreted as intuitive nudges, reminders that emotional bonds do not always disappear simply because time passes. Listen to this, because what feels surprising about soulmate love is not always how strongly it begins, but how strongly it continues even after uncertainty. Real connection does not rely on constant intensity to exist. It exists through understanding that deepens gradually. Don't scroll, listen to this, because sometimes what makes soulmate love feel different is the absence of emotional chaos. Instead of constant guessing, there is quiet awareness. Instead of emotional instability, there is subtle reassurance. Instead of urgency, there is timing that feels strangely natural. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now, because many people mistake emotional unpredictability for passion, when in reality emotional consistency often creates the strongest foundation for long-term connection. Something about this bond may be showing you that love does not need to feel complicated to feel meaningful. It can feel peaceful and still feel powerful. It can feel steady and still feel exciting. Listen to this. Because what surprises most people is that soulmate love often feels familiar before it feels intense. It feels comfortable before it feels overwhelming. It feels emotionally safe before it feels emotionally consuming. Don't scroll, listen to this, because emotional safety allows real closeness to develop without fear. It allows honesty without pressure. It allows authenticity without performance. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. Because the connection you are experiencing may be helping you release old beliefs about love needing to feel dramatic in order to feel real. Real love often feels calm enough to allow clarity. Calm enough to allow trust. Calm enough to allow both people to grow without fear of losing each other. Listen to this, because soulmate connections often become stronger when both individuals stop trying to control the outcome and begin allowing the connection to unfold naturally. Timing often reveals what effort cannot force. Understanding often appears when pressure disappears. Don't scroll, listen to this, because what is unfolding now may help you realize that this connection was never meant to confuse you forever. It was meant to teach you how aligned love actually feels. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now, because the love meant for you will not require constant doubt. It will not create endless questions about your value. It will not leave you feeling emotionally uncertain about where you stand. Listen to this, because what is surprising about soulmate love is not that it feels magical, but that it feels peaceful in a way that allows you to finally be yourself completely. And that feeling of emotional clarity may be the sign that this connection is unfolding exactly the way it was always meant to. There is a subtle emotional realization beginning to form within you now, almost like your heart is starting to understand something your mind has been trying to analyze for a long time, and this understanding feels different because it brings calm instead of confusion, clarity instead of pressure. Listen to this, because this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now. Especially if you have started noticing that the connection feels steady even when everything else in life feels unpredictable. Something about this love continues existing quietly, without demanding constant attention, without forcing urgency, without creating emotional chaos that leaves you questioning everything. Don't scroll, listen to this, because soulmate love often reveals itself through emotional stability rather than emotional intensity. It allows space for both individuals to grow, to learn, to evolve, without feeling like the connection is fragile or temporary. You may have noticed that this connection does not require constant validation to feel real. It does not require dramatic gestures to feel meaningful. It does not require endless reassurance to feel secure. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. Because what surprises many people is that soulmate love often feels balanced enough to allow patience without fear of losing the connection. When something is aligned, there is less urgency to control timing and more trust in how naturally everything unfolds. Listen to this, because emotional maturity often changes how we recognize love. What once felt exciting because it was unpredictable may now feel exhausting. What once felt attractive because it was mysterious may now feel unstable. And what once felt unfamiliar because it was calm may now feel exactly right. Don't scroll, listen to this, because something about this connection may be helping you recognize that love does not need to feel difficult in order to feel valuable. It does not need to create emotional confusion in order to feel meaningful. It does not need to challenge your sense of worth in order to feel real. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. Because soulmate connections often encourage both individuals to become more aware of what kind of emotional energy they allow into their life. Awareness strengthens boundaries. Boundaries strengthen emotional well-being. Emotional well-being strengthens connection that can grow peacefully rather than unpredictably. Listen to this, because you may have started noticing meaningful patterns that feel almost symbolic. Seeing repeated moments of synchronicity, experiencing timing that feels strangely aligned, noticing conversations happening at the exact moment clarity is needed. Some people interpret these experiences as intuitive confirmation that emotional alignment is developing naturally. These signs do not demand belief, but they often invite reflection. Don't scroll, listen to this. Because what surprises most people about soulmate love is that it often supports personal growth instead of distracting from it. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by the connection, you may feel encouraged to focus on your goals, your well-being, your emotional stability. Real connection strengthens who you are rather than pulling you away from yourself. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now, because when love is aligned, it does not compete with your peace. It contributes to it. It does not create insecurity, it reduces it. It does not create emotional pressure, it allows emotional freedom. Listen to this, because the connection you feel may be showing you that love can exist without constant uncertainty. It can grow without constant doubt. It can develop without constant emotional highs and lows. Don't scroll, listen to this, because something about this bond may be encouraging you to trust the process instead of rushing the outcome. Timing often reveals compatibility more clearly than urgency ever could. Understanding often develops more deeply when both individuals allow themselves to communicate honestly without fear of losing each other. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now, because soulmate love often feels surprising simply because it feels emotionally safe. It allows vulnerability without fear. It allows honesty without pressure. It allows closeness without losing individuality. Listen to this. Because emotional safety creates the foundation for connection that can last through challenges, through changes, through growth that naturally occurs over time. Don't scroll, listen to this, because what is unfolding now may be guiding you toward recognizing that real love does not require constant questioning. It does not leave you wondering whether you matter. It does not create emotional instability that leaves you feeling uncertain about your place in someone's life. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now, because the connection you are experiencing may be helping you understand that love can feel calm and still feel powerful. It can feel gentle and still feel meaningful. It can feel steady and still feel deeply emotional. Listen to this, because sometimes the greatest surprise about soulmate love is realizing that peace does not mean something is missing, peace often means something is finally aligned. Don't scroll, listen to this. Because the emotional clarity you are beginning to feel may be the sign that this connection is not based on temporary attraction, but on something that continues growing stronger through understanding. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now, because the love meant for you will not feel like confusion you must solve, it will feel like understanding you naturally recognize. And what you are beginning to feel now may be the realization that this connection is not only emotionally meaningful, it is emotionally supportive in a way that allows your heart to finally relax while still feeling deeply connected. And now you are beginning to understand why this love feels so different, why it has not followed the patterns you once believed love had to follow, why something inside you feels both calm and deeply moved at the same time. Listen to this. Because this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now, especially if you are starting to realize that the connection you feel is not based on pressure, not based on fear, not based on uncertainty, but on something far more stable than anything you have experienced before. Sometimes the biggest surprise about soulmate love is not how intense it feels, but how peaceful it allows you to feel while still knowing it is meaningful. Many people spend years believing love must feel overwhelming in order to be real, must feel dramatic in order to be important, must feel unpredictable in order to be exciting. But what if the greatest love you will ever experience is the one that does not make you question your worth? What if the most powerful connection is the one that allows you to feel secure enough to be completely yourself? Don't scroll, listen to this. Because what you are experiencing may be the beginning of emotional clarity that changes the way you understand connection entirely. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now, because soulmate love often appears when you are ready to stop confusing emotional chaos with emotional depth. Chaos can feel intense, but intensity does not always mean alignment. Depth, however, creates understanding, patience, and emotional presence that remains steady even when life becomes complicated. Listen to this, because something about this connection may be teaching you that real love does not create constant anxiety about where you stand. It does not create confusion about whether you matter. It does not create emotional distance that leaves you feeling uncertain about your place in someone's life. Instead, it creates quiet reassurance that the connection is real even when everything feels calm. That calm feeling is not emptiness, it is emotional safety. Don't scroll, listen to this. Because emotional safety is often the strongest sign that love is aligned with your well-being. When someone respects your boundaries, values your thoughts, listens with sincerity, and communicates with honesty, the connection feels balanced rather than unpredictable. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now, because soulmate love often encourages both individuals to grow without fear of losing each other. Growth does not threaten the connection, it strengthens it. Independence does not weaken the bond, it deepens mutual respect. Emotional maturity does not reduce passion, it allows passion to exist without insecurity. Listen to this, because the connection you feel may be helping you recognize that love can exist without emotional struggle. It can exist without constant doubt. It can exist without needing to prove itself repeatedly. Don't scroll, listen to this. Because what surprises many people is that soulmate love often feels natural instead of overwhelming. It allows you to feel seen without feeling judged. It allows you to feel valued without feeling pressured to perform. It allows you to feel understood without needing to explain every part of yourself. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now, because emotional alignment often creates the kind of connection that feels stable enough to build something lasting. Stability is not lack of excitement, it is the foundation that allows excitement to continue without fear of losing the connection. Listen to this, because when love is aligned, communication feels easier, understanding feels clearer, and emotional presence feels consistent even when life becomes busy or challenging. The connection does not disappear when attention shifts to responsibilities, it continues existing because it is built on sincerity rather than temporary emotion. Don't scroll. Listen to this, because soulmate love often teaches you that peace is not the absence of passion, peace is the presence of trust. Trust allows vulnerability. Trust allows honesty. Trust allows both people to feel emotionally secure enough to build a future without fear of losing each other over misunderstandings. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. Because the connection you are experiencing may be helping you release old beliefs about love needing to feel difficult in order to feel meaningful. Difficulty does not prove importance. Confusion does not prove depth. Emotional stability often creates the strongest form of connection because it allows both individuals to show up authentically. Listen to this, because something about this bond may be guiding you toward understanding that love can feel supportive rather than exhausting. It can feel encouraging rather than distracting. It can feel grounding rather than overwhelming. Don't scroll, listen to this, because what you are feeling now may be emotional clarity replacing emotional uncertainty. When love is aligned, it does not require constant reassurance to feel real. It does not create emotional tension that leaves you feeling insecure. It allows you to feel confident that the connection exists because both individuals choose to nurture it consistently. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now, because soulmate love often surprises people by showing them that emotional peace is not boring, it is rare. It is valuable. It is the kind of connection that allows both individuals to feel understood without losing themselves. Listen to this, because the greatest love stories are not always the most dramatic. They are the ones where both people feel safe enough to grow together without fear of losing the connection. Don't scroll. Listen to this, because what is unfolding now may help you recognize that love does not need to feel unstable to feel meaningful. It can feel calm and still feel powerful. It can feel steady and still feel exciting. It can feel peaceful and still feel deeply emotional. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now, because the connection you are experiencing may be showing you that love does not need to create emotional confusion in order to feel significant. It can feel clear and still feel magical. It can feel balanced and still feel deeply connected. Listen to this, because emotional clarity often brings the realization that what once felt unfamiliar is actually what your heart has always needed. Don't scroll. Listen to this, because the love meant for you will not leave you constantly searching for reassurance. It will create reassurance naturally through consistent presence. It will create understanding through honest communication. It will create stability through mutual respect. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now, because the greatest surprise about soulmate love is realizing that something so peaceful can also feel so deeply meaningful. Sometimes the love that changes your life is not the one that overwhelms you, it is the one that allows you to finally breathe, finally trust, finally feel emotionally safe enough to open your heart completely. Listen to this. Because what you are beginning to understand now may be the realization that love does not always appear in the form you imagined, but it often appears in the form your soul has been quietly waiting for. And when that realization fully settles into your heart, you may see that this connection was never meant to confuse you, it was meant to show you how aligned love truly feels when it is guided by understanding, sincerity, and emotional peace that continues growing stronger with time.